And we're back, ready once more and again to give y'all some funky, fresh flavor right here on the Real University. It's your main man, Andy Brown Speaks, along with the lovely and talented Mia Ferguson and your favorite HBC auntie, Tyann. How y'all doing, ladies?
Hey.
We're going to give y'all another wonderful discussion today. We're going to give y'all some class, so we're going to ask that you show us some class. Click, like, and subscribe to this channel. Get down, get real, and get started right here on the Real University. Mia,
Yes,
take it
sir.
away. Let's get it.
We're going to take it away. Here we go.
People and 62 million other Americans are listening to me right now because less than 3% of you people read books. Because less than 15% of you read newspapers. Because the only truth you know is what you get over this tube. Right now, there is an entire generation that never knew anything that didn't come out of this tube. This tube is the gospel, the ultimate revelation. This tube can make or break presidents, popes, prime ministers. This tube is the most awesome goddamn force in the whole godless world. And woe is us if it ever falls into the hands of the wrong people. And that's why woe is us that Edward George Ruddy died. Because this company is now in the hands of CCA, the Communication Corporation of America. There's a new chairman of the board, a man called Frank Hackett, sitting in Mr. Ruddy's office on the 20th floor. And when the 12th largest company in the world controls the most awesome goddamn propaganda force in the whole godless world, who knows what shit will be peddled for truth on this network. So you listen to me. Listen to me. Television is not the truth. Television is a goddamn amusement park. Television is a circus, a carnival, a traveling troupe of acrobats, storytellers, dancers, singers, jugglers, sideshow freaks, lion tamers, and football players. We're in the boredom-killing business. Or if you want the truth, go to God. Go to your guru. Go to yourself. Because that's the only place you're ever going to find any real truth. Man, you're never going to get any truth from us. We'll tell you anything you want to hear. We lie like hell. We'll tell you that Kojak always gets the killer and that nobody ever gets cancer in Archie Bunker's house. And no matter how much trouble the hero is in, don't worry, just look at your watch. At the end of the hour, he's going to win. We'll tell you any shit you want to hear. We deal in illusions, man. None of it is true. But you people sit there day after day, night after night, all ages, colors, creeds. We're all you know. You're beginning to believe the illusions we're spinning here. You're beginning to think that the tube is reality and that your own lives are unreal. You do whatever the tube tells you. You dress like the tube. You eat like the tube. You raise your children like the tube. You even think like the tube. This is mass madness, you maniacs. In God's name, you people are the real thing. We are the illusion.
Okay.
Ooh,
We are the illusion. So, Andy, first of all, perfect video to share for so many reasons. One, I personally feel like, and this is the reason why the real exists,
talk about
because
it.
there's too many people thinking that these REELs are real life and not tapping into REAL, the real life. Hence the reason why we are the real university, because we're here to bring you real things, real objects, real conversations, specifically for our parents and our students who are going through this collegiate process. Um, there's so many spaces that I wanted to touch with this. If anybody was affected by this weekend, there was a lot of illusion going on. But I want to have a conversation about one of our parents that I talked to with regards to their college experience. Their kid is going to college in August. There's a $15,000 balance that has to be paid for the semester. I've been sending scholarships probably for the last 3-4 weeks. When she made mention, because she found out late per Tyann about the FAFSA status, blah 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 blah, because of the delays. I said, well, they have work study at these schools. And so what did our villager do? I reached out to the village and said, hey, I got a baby coming. She needs support on her tuition. What do you got? The person goes on and on and on. And I said, I want to thank you in advance because you are 1,000% explaining the reason why we even have this platform that we created called the Real University. She goes on to say that we wait until the last minute because we don't believe that real things are happening in real time. And when I tell you, Tyon, all I had was you going through my head, literally going through my head saying, but you didn't know. But did you? Because you knew your kid was going. And she said, unfortunately, a lot of our kids, we don't have what do they call them? College funds, right? We don't have the college fund. They decrease the amount of money they're given from financial aid because of the lack of people who pay back, blah, 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 blah. So just going through the whole conversation. But when you sent that video, Andy, it just let me know our kids, you all are so trapped in this illusion. I feel like a hypocrite because we were TV babies, right? Friday night, Dynasty,
Right.
Dallas, Falcon Crest, Dukes of Hazzard on Saturday, Michael Knight, Kit, and all those the fans, Fantasy Island, Love Boat. We were watching all the shows. We dated ourselves, Archie Bunker. We watched the reruns, not the originals. But my point is that they made those comments back then about the tube, but we have multiple tubes now. And it's just a space of are we on, like, are we in Willy Wonka's land? Are we in Oz? Where are we? What are we doing? We're not having real conversations. I think that a lot of the feedback that we've gotten from the episodes we've had, there's a lot of real conversations that are not happening that affect people in real time. So I'm gonna stop there because that's what I took from it because of my experience that I went through just today. But what are we doing? Like, where are we going? What is the conversation we're having? Is there a list that we need to have? A parent checklist before you leave? Like, what is it, Tanya? I see you say here.
So again, alumni association meeting on Saturday. We are in the process of picking our scholarship winner. I have had so many students reach out over the last week and a half, last minute after our scholarship deadline, because again, I issued the warning when I said the FAFSA is effed up. Everything is coming down to the last minute. I said that 2 months ago. Now, understanding that 2 months ago is still not enough time to come up with, 4 and 5 figures amongst our people a lot of the times. But I told y'all. And then the thing about it, if we're going to get real, and like I said, I hate to pander and I hate to talk down on people, but as an admissions officer for how many years, as a mother that has someone in school, as someone throughout, my time as a member of the Alumni Association, and like I said, just being close to this space, how many times have I told people, y'all got to prepare for this? Because what if they just, in this new election cycle, what if they just get rid of financial aid, period?
Wipe it off the board.
So 1, is your child prepared to work? 2, real conversation. And one thing that we do as a requirement for our scholarship is we make our students list their social media. We go on and see what y'all doing.
Really? And do they actually do that?
Yes.
Oh,
some of them do. And yes. And so when I see that you have had a $15,000 prom send-off, but then I get an email after the scholarship deadline saying that you got a shortfall.
Well, they baby had to look good.
But also understand what the purpose of these prom send-offs and these open houses are. That's for you to garner donations to where you're going, not try to impress all of your guests and ball out for all of them. And then again, what's the value? Mia, have you worn your prom dress since prom?
Girl, ask me have I worn my wedding, but no, I don't even know where it is. I think it's somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know where it is. Okay, I don't even have pictures.
These cars that they're renting, you drove that a weekend. There's no value. There's no equity in it. And again, you're really And it's not just the kids, it's the parents. Well, I got a little shortfall, but where was that? Because you came up with that 15, that 5 to 15 grand
Real fast.
real quick when that needed to be paid. And so again, the other conversation that I like to have with parents in the 9th grade, in the 8th grade, is if your child wants to go, even if they don't want to go, have something stashed away. Because how many times do they tell us, even as homeowners, as regular people, have an emergency fund? Because you might have to dip in it. Now, if you can go out and get a 0% for 18-month credit card for all of the other bull crap that you want, go get a 0% 18-month credit card to finance this baby's education. Baby, in 2 years, you're about to be 18. This is your first introduction to credit. You go get you a 0%
credit
card for 18 months.
A lot of the issue with that is they believe that we're only living for the moment.
Yes. Right.
I got to take care of the moment. I can only do right now for the moment because I don't want my child to miss this experience.
Right.
And it's really not about the experience. It's just the lesson that was learned. There's levels to the game.
Levels to the game.
You got to be willing to play at each level. I think the key word of the night, along with delusion, is distraction.
That's an even better word. That's the word. Because so that's the word. That's the word. Because I literally, not to get into it because I understand where Tyon is, because I had PTSD and I ain't talked about it since it happened on Wednesday. But I said to my father, I said, did the Microsoft thing really have to be the distraction because Kamala was about to run? Like, we didn't need that distraction. This country has made up huge distractions that have taken many lives trying to divert us from what's really going on. Did we really have to have the distraction? Because in the grand scheme of things, that's what happens in this country a lot. A lot of distractions, a lot of things to take you off your square so that you're not paying attention to what's really going on around you. We learn as a young kid to pay attention to your surroundings. Look both ways before you cross the street. Make sure you know who you want in the room with. Keep your head on the swivel. That's what you said, Tyon. All these things, but yet we're growing up in a society, in a space where not only are these lessons that the adults didn't get, but we're passing down even worse habits to the kids. So again,
something you just said, Mia, they don't teach looking both ways before you cross the street. How many times have you guys had a close encounter with somebody walking through the middle of the street, looking at their phone, don't even see you?
Little girl last week in the dark. And then
on top of which, what are the states doing? They're giving the pedestrians the pass. They're putting the onus on the driver to stop a 3-ton vehicle in the middle of the crosswalk while this person vicariously just walks through.
I got one better for you. Over in, I'm not sure if it's is it Tokyo? One of those countries, the streets change colors now when the light turns green and red. So you don't even have to look up. See, we make allowances for the behavior. And that's what happens. We make little baby allowances. Then we start making real big allowances. Then we start having pure foolishness, as my mother would say, pure foolishness and debauchery going on around us. And no one knows what to do with it. So you see people literally losing their minds when the automation no longer works.
Ooh, spit that truth.
So when my 38-year-old sister called me and said to me, and now mind you, she is what is she? A millennial? She's a millennial.
Mm-hmm.
She said, these Gen Zs need some help. I almost fell out when she said it. I had to remember, okay, she's not a Gen Z. But it's so weird to hear her say that at 38. She was like, no cognitive skills, Mia. I mean, like, something happens and it doesn't go the way the system says, and you can't use your brain to figure it out. My sister, a millennial, whom I never thought I would ever hear the millennials talk this way, they're feeling it. So if it's that bad, you know it's bad. But when everyone thinks that they can become somebody based off of the illusions that they see.
And so even let's take that back and let's relate that back to the college experience, the upcoming college experience, because again, within our social media, if it's so easy to make money, why are we not doing it to pay these bills? Why they not doing it to pay tuition? Why is paying tuition and educating yourself and investing in yourself in this way not a priority?
So
because
let's push it.
again, look at the feature benefits of you going to college. Look at the value on the time that you spend there. Remember, your time is money.
Right.
Look at the investment in yourself. Because again, I can't quote the statistics specifically, but there's a statistic out there that shows what your earning potential is when you go to college versus not.
Yeah.
And it's a huge gap.
Yeah.
And
They should
remember,
offer a course in
was
stress-reduced lifestyle.
Which is Andy?
Andy?
They should offer a course in stress-induced lifestyles.
Ooh.
Where you just run out of time in everything that you're doing. You got your cell phone in class. Where are you spending most of your engagement? How long is it going to take you? How long do you wait until you finish a project? Calculate those statistics. Send
that should be a study.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That should be a study.
And then once you graduate, we'll get around to getting your degree.
Right.
Man, I can't graduate with anybody. Well, let me holler at you and give the exact same feedback that you're projecting out.
Let's take it back to all of these high schools that claim to be college prep schools. Has your college prep curriculum kept up with the times? To your point, are they teaching in these college prep schools time management? No, they're teaching AP English. Oh, and in Illinois, let me give them a shout out. They giving 4 years of physical education in college prep. Don't get me started.
Well, the budget didn't hold enough money for us to have.
Well, I don't want to hear about this imaginary budget. So this is where I come into play. It's all imaginary. It's got to be imaginary. It's got to be imaginary at this point. Even down to the data that they're feeding us, because you can't tell me that schools are still open, to Tyan's point, claiming to be college preparatory, to Tyan's point. To your point, the budget doesn't allocate. Where is the budget? Where is the money? Where is the money? Where is the skill set? Where are the people? If we're not graduating kids who are equipped enough to actually be able to be employed, how are we graduating kids who are equipped enough to be teachers?
Oop.
Okay. How are we equipped enough to create spaces where we have pseudo professionals? Tyon, here we go. I'm about to go into our tangent. Pseudo professionals standing in front of rooms teaching optics, because that's what it is. You teaching something that you got on YouTube University, and now you a pro, and now you get paid tons of money to go speak to huge groups of people about something you absolutely don't know about. And God forbid someone repeats something that they learned in your non-class.
In public, no doubt.
In public, with a high fee, with a booking rate. Does the list go on? I said last night at dinner, I told my fiance, I said, you know what? I just feel like we need to wipe the system clean and start all over again. We got the rules. We don't like the Constitution, change it. We don't like all these things that we have that we've been following since the creation of our space, this space. Clear it, because ain't nobody following the rules.
But who's gonna write the case study that influences the new textbooks based off of what's going on now for the new political science majors? Who has updated the textbook? Who has updated the textbook to say that any past president can influence the legislation moving forward so that he can get a seat in the next presidency and wipe out all of the ills that he's done in the past? Who's updating
and do it when he's
right now?
And do it when he's not a president. I'm just saying. And do it while he's not a president. Can we? I mean, illusions, Andy. You follow illusions?
Oh, very much so.
Illusions?
We probably have to get Miss Erica Badu in the classroom to help them learn how to keep their phone down. Because other than that, it just ain't happening. You got your coffee in one hand, your cell phone in the other, and you can't pay attention to anything that goes on in front of you because you're distracted by the illusions. Going on beside you.
And then you let people who have the means to swoop in and create catastrophes. Something said, Mia, go to the airport since you cannot check in on this phone. Because what do you know, Mia? Not to rely on technology. When I got there and I saw people literally falling out, crying, hollering, I mean, it was bombs over Baghdad. Something said I said to myself, we have been iRoboted.
By the
We've been
tube.
we've been iRoboted, and ain't nothing we can do about it because we also sync to these phones. We just trust everything that comes out the phone, even though I just said to myself, self, and self went back home and just said, okay, just be quiet. Because again, illusion. So I'm going back to while we're here. We're here because I constantly hear people mention the word village. But are we reaching out to our village? Not last minute, not when it's an emergency. Are we reaching out to our village for the knowledge that they have? I might not be what Tyon is, but if I need what Tyon knows, hey, Tyon, I need so and so and so and so. Tell me, walk me through this, sis. Hey, Andy, so and so and so. Can you walk me through it? What should I be asking? Ask this, that, and the third. Okay, we don't do that, ego, because we don't want people to think that we don't know. But the reality of it is, we don't know. None of us knows it all. But you rather suffer in silence.
Let's speak to the student out there who's saying, I don't know where this came from. The spirit just moved me to talk to this particular student that says, I don't need the book. You go ahead and get the information and come back and tell me what it said. Can we talk to the student that has that mindset and this is not acceptable? Please don't do that.
That's probably
get
the same student
for yourself.
Is that the same student who didn't go to student orientation and didn't know where to go to get their schedule from? Who didn't know where to go? Is that the same student?
Did we just talk about them like that?
Is that the same student who didn't do the tour of the campus and now can't figure out where to go to eat for the food that they paying for?
Is that the same student at all of the campus landmarks doing duck lips and peace signs on pictures instead of going to class on time?
Oh,
is that who we're talking to? Because we can talk to that student.
Selfies in front of the gym and ain't worked out since 2012.
Didn't realize they needed gym credit. I mean, is that who we're talking to? Because we can talk to that student.
Yeah, they need to know.
I'm gonna tell that student, go ahead, withdraw, drop out, get your money back. Well, you're not gonna get it back, but don't waste any more money.
So Mia, to go back to the topic at the top of the episode and relating this back to illusion. Again, I know that there's some people that can be persistent, and I know some people can try and try and try and try. But your reality might be you might have to sit out this semester. Your reality might be that, nobody has liquidity for you to be able to toss you what it is that you think that you need for this.
Correct.
So you know what? You might have to sit back and sit this one out, or have a plan B. And that plan B might, if I can't go to my full university, if I have to sit at home, then maybe let me see what this community college credits will be. And maybe I could transfer these credits back over when I get my money up.
Yeah.
See, what we don't talk about is the backup plan.
The plan. Come on, Tyon, give it to him.
We don't talk about the backup plan. Because again, and like I said, and because Mia, you have one of those spirits, the always positive. Oh, it's going to work out. It's going to work out. It's only going to work out if you work.
But you know why I have that? And again, I think I said that to my girlfriend. I said, we come from the generation of we're going to hustle to get what we want. We're going to figure it out. It is figure outable. I made it up another word. It is figure outable. We're going to exhaust every single avenue if that's what we want. My mama said she's not paying for me to go to mortgage. She wanted me to get out of Baltimore. Cool. Figured out what financial aid was, went and applied for it, got the loan, did everything I was supposed to do because that's whose campus I was on, the one I wanted to go to.
But I figured it out. It's taking certain things that are always given to us for granted.
For sure.
Can I be real? Can I be realer than I really am?
Go on and be real on that one.
All financial aid is welfare.
It is.
So what happens? So what happens when, quote unquote, those social services get cut? You got to get off. You got to get off your behind, and you got to supplement. Because what is financial aid? A government-backed program.
Correct.
What are these scholarships? Rich philanthropists helping the needy.
Correct.
So all of these things that y'all are asking for are handouts.
Yeah.
For sure.
They
Yeah.
are.
Sure.
That's
For
what
sure.
they
Yeah,
are.
that business.
And there's a tons of people who are financially gaining on teaching you tools that are, it's knowledge. I'm not even going to knock the knowledge of it all, but you got to have a lot more swag. And I'm not talking about what you got in your bag or what your bag looks like or what you're looking like. I'm talking about you have to have the know-how to know where to go, how to go, and how to go, and when to go, how to present, how to have the conversation, how to follow up. There's a lot of things you need besides just knowing that there's a $25,000 grant out there that you apply for, because guess what? You and about 50,000 other kids, plus some, also fit the qualifications for that grant or that scholarship or whatever it is. So I just, again, illusions, because you got...
Let's talk about the opportunities real quick, because I know there's a lot of people is like, well, just because it's out there, I'm gonna try and get it. But if you have the means to go ahead and pay for it, do it. Because what you're doing at this point in time is you're paying it forward in a way that you don't even really know, because understanding it might come your way. But if you like, that's okay, I got the means to pay for it, let me hold that for somebody that really needs it. Because our people, we always down for the hookup. Well, can you hook me up? Can you hook me up? Can you hook me up? But also be kind and considerate enough to know that if I have it, that sense of community, let somebody else have my spot.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And I think talk about the illusion of your major and why you're not working in your degree that you graduated with. Can we talk about the illusion of why you taking these courses and you really not good at them?
I want to find one company that's hiring a philosophy major. I'm no shade. Yeah. No shade.
I want to be a mass comm major, but I don't want to talk to nobody.
But you don't want
to be a biology major, but I don't really do with science that well.
I work in IT.
Yeah, no. I want to be in IT, but I don't type that fast. No.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of illusion. I'm here for this, but I don't have a clue about this. I just picked a major.
Okay that you don't have a clue about something, but have the thirst to learn it. Have the drive to learn. Like, okay, well, I don't know much about it. I'm not good at that, but is this my turnaround point to really dig into it and see what it is? Or is my reality to say, you know what? And as a project manager, I had an old boss, and one of the most valuable pieces of advice she ever gave me in the middle of the project is learn and know when to let it go, because you might be able to save more money letting it go than letting your ego take it through. Absolutely. And having the whole team crash.
Absolutely.
Ooh, somebody rewind that video part again to make sure
when to let it go.
It's a valuable lesson, because it's gonna cost you more money.
Even within your major, if I'm going to be an engineering major because engineers make a lot of money.
Make a lot of money.
Are you equipped? But do you have the skill set? And to say, you know what, after I took that class, and there's more and more advanced levels of class like this,
ain't for me.
I even had assistance and I can't get through, this might not be for me. Matter of fact, let me go talk to your point, Mia. Let me go talk to somebody about it. Let me go have a real conversation with my professor that's there to have these conversations with. Let me have a real conversation.
I'm just saying, because the way I see it,
instead of being a lawyer, can I be a
paralegal? I'm just saying.
You want to practice law, but don't obey the law.
But
what are we doing?
What I'm saying? I would want to say it's this country, but it's not. It's humanity. It's humanity. And I think I probably played that video about 4 times because he just hit the point. Lean into your village. If you don't have people around you who can't give you advice, seek them, because knowledgeable people are everywhere. Truth. They're not. There's only one smart person in the room. It's not. It's not.
But again, if you are the smartest person in the room, it's time.
You need to find another room. You need to find another room if you're the smartest person in the room. You need to find another room. These are all the tidbits and the pieces of knowledge that I just want to make sure we get out to people. If you're the smartest person in the room, leave the room. If you're taking that major because it makes a lot of money, but you ain't good, stop wasting your money. If you're going to school for this, but you really want to be this, tell your mom and daddy, have that hard conversation, save that money, and go live your dream, live your life, do your thing. Because at the end of the day, what you're probably chasing is a friggin' illusion.
But one thing that I want to touch on is that advice. Well, you know what? Maybe I'm not ready to go straight into college. Maybe I do.
Then don't go.
Then don't go.
But wait a minute. Let's talk about that gap year. If in that gap year you have not accumulated any more money than you had before you started the gap year,
don't go.
That was a waste of time.
It's all about your money, folks.
Your financial situation is the same.
Don't go.
When you decide to go in there for the gap year, because what did you do in that gap? Did you fall into the gap?
You fell into the gap. It was a whole Gap commercial.
Retro like a mug, ain't it?
So also with that gap year, there should be a plan. Well, what are you going to do within here? Are you going to take this year and go to different campuses? Are you going to take that time to travel? And to travel, where's the illusion here? To travel, it costs money.
Right. Are you going to school because you're fulfilling your parents' desire for someone in the family to go to college? Parent, if they're not ready, keep your money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Send them to HVAC school. Send them to one of these schools they can get an engineering certificate or something. I don't know. Do something else.
Matter of fact, the whole family needs to look in the mirror and have an ego check. The whole family, everybody check their ego right there in front of each other.
Because there's parents out here paying second mortgages for you to go to school right now.
Yeah. So stop chasing
every month.
Just so they went off to college and you felt the need to go to make sure that they were not cheating on you. Oh, right. Did I say that out? I'm so sorry.
When keeping it real goes real.
You got to keep it real.
Keep it real. But I just believe that. You know how when we were growing up, the adults always want us just listen because I've been there, I've done it. If you don't get anything else from this whole the whole reason why we're here, we are three individuals who have learned, who are still learning, who are open to learning, growing the whole 9 yards. If there's information that we can give you, send us a DM, send us an email, send us whatever you need to do to have that question answered. If we can't answer it, we know somebody who would, because we're some resourceful people. But please understand that there is a real life involved in this college experience, and there's a real life that's going to hit you after this college experience, and there's real life going on before you even get into the college experience. And the reality of it is that if your purposes are aligned with who you are to the glory, continue doing what you're doing. But if you're going for any other reason, I just don't know what I want to do, that's a real expensive bill for somebody who don't know what they want to do.
Factual.
Also, don't think that this is going to be a perfect experience.
It's
period. There's nothing about this whole experience that's going to be perfect. Andy, did you have any perfect experiences? Mia, did you have any?
Perfect, girl. What?
Perfect.
What does that look like? In college?
I
had experiences. I had
a few moments.
For sure. Perfect is not one of them.
There we go. So again, this illusion that we see when we see everybody posting their social media about how glamorous everything looks, there's a lot of imperfection that lies in all of that cannot be edited through a filter, that cannot be disguised with a music track.
Amen.
Strip it all down.
Amen. It's not TikTokable. It's not TikTokable.
Put your phone
it's not TikTokable. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad. I love that video. I think that I love the fact that we find these pieces of content that speak to the reasons why we're here doing what we're doing. Hopefully people understand it. Hopefully this conversation just opens up a conversation that you have within your circle or outside of your circle with someone else to have a better conversation. That would bring me joy. I'm sure it would bring us all joy, right? But
absolutely.
we're going to continue to have these conversations. We're getting closer. August is approaching. People are they're having trunk parties.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we having trunk parties, but do we have that book money? I'm just saying, do a virtual trunk party. Send me every gift card under the sun.
Truth.
Under the sun. Okay, so another reason, we find reasons to spend money on things we don't need, but let's find reasons to spill a little bit of knowledge into our brains for the things that we need to know about. And that don't cost you a dime, a penny, one nickel.
There you
That's
go.
real,
real.
And the thing about it, I want to say this: we actually care. We want y'all to succeed. We want to see the success stories. We want to hug on you. We want to smile on you. We want to love on you. So that is what we are here for.
Jesus.
See, this is the other thing that I want to touch on. Some of us are so improperly loved that they see what we're doing as, oh, they want something out of it.
Nope.
They want their moment. They want their Instagrammable moment. Nah, baby, this is what I do. And I've been doing it.
Ben.
I got receipts.
Well, my father said I got a hat and a t-shirt.
There you go.
We got the
Ben
hat.
I got receipts.
Been there, done that. Got the hat, got the shirt.
So again, if you ready to only come to us if you're ready to be loved on.
Yeah, because we're not gonna give you the illusion. We're gonna give you the real all the time right here. You deserve it, ladies and gentlemen. You deserve to have some real talk. You deserve to have some real discussion. You deserve to hear from real people who can experience that and give back to the next gen, give back to the people we love, give back to the people who are us, because we are you. We're real, right here on the Real University.
And we're out. That was wonderful. Deuces.